Welcome everybody to WSBN, the World Sports Broadcasting Network, here on our website or YouTube. We're happy you joined us. It is the Continental Clash here in Chicago, and it is playoff time, finally. The moment everyone here at Mount Prospect all week long has been waiting for, as we have a rematch of two teams that just played on this sheet last night, the 12 seed Great Lakes, Wisconsin, and the 5 seed Team Atlantic, or Fusion Hockey. Dylan Ward, Tarcy Young, our producer and engineer is Anthony Lunn, and, well, it's starting to get real here at the Continental Clash. Winner goes to the next round, the Elite Eight, and the loser is being demoted to that Continental Divide.
The road doesn't end here for whoever loses this game because of Continental Divide tomorrow. But we're going to see some intensity here. Like you said, we are at the number 5 seed versus number 12 seed game. Atlantic Canada coming out in 5th place. The Cheeseheads from Wisconsin, love that term. I love Wisconsinites, finishing 12th. We got a game. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. The puck falls, and Atlantic will take the face-off, and we are underway here in the first game of the playoffs. Like I said, it just so happened that these two teams played regular season game number 6 last night against one another. Team Atlantic won that game 7-1. It was on this sheet, basically a mirror image of what you're witnessing now. The only difference is they were on opposite benches that time. Now Team Atlantic looking to catch them in a change is Landon Groom, their leading point producer. He has 8 goals, 2 assists in this tournament for 10 points. Actually, pardon me, Laurent Badger has 12 points, but Groom certainly their leader in goals. Now the other way comes Great Lakes, Wisconsin. This is Hunter Hanneman. Boys, he had a clutch tournament. 3 goals and an assist for number 18 in black, including 2 in the final minute and a half on day number 1 to come back and win a game in regulation that they trailed with 1:16 to go.
I remember you mentioning that when we worked together on day 2.
Yeah, that was an exciting one. That was my last game on day 1, and, well, I needed a game like that to get me excited, and I was sick and tired of the 7-0s at that point.
Yeah, it's funny on day 1 of these tournaments how these teams that have traveled a long distance and they slow to start and whatever else, there's so many factors that go into how they play on day 1 typically.
Like we said, it's the same 2 teams that played last night, but the game last night, as here's a chance right in the blue paint, fan shot, rebound, that one, just getting enough of that, was Alex Langless, the goaltender for Fusion Hockey. These 2 teams played last night, but I'll tell you what, it's a much different game between 2 teams that have already clinched the playoffs, just playing for seeding, and a game between those same 2 teams in the playoffs, where the loser goes home. Well, not goes home quite.
Goes to Continental Divide.
Right. Yeah, gets eliminated from championship contention.
They don't want to go home yet. They have to experience Chicago. They haven't had the chance.
Exactly. Today's our first day that we don't have games all day. This tournament is done by 3 o'clock today, or around that time. Last game's at 1:20-ish. Able to get enough wood on Griffin. Now Wisconsin, the other direction. This shot whistles wide, didn't have any elevation as offs.
Chance he had a little bit early.
Absolutely. You can, any level of hockey, as this one nearly squeaked down to which team is able to handle their emotions better.
And just play what they know. Yep. Play what they know, right? It comes down to the basics every single. And here's one of those takes.
Hunter Hanneman tries a slap shot, and just getting enough of the blocker on that one was Langless. Now the other way comes Fusion. Over the line, through. It's a 1-0 lead.
Well, and you see Caleb Allen going, what the heck? I had it covered, and I honestly thought that the whistle was going to go, and coach, you can see the coach actually has red face. Like the goaltender had it covered is what the argument that is being made right now.
I think even if he didn't have it fully covered, It still was pushed in by the 1-0 lead to the, that is Fusion. That shoots in, that whistles high of the crossbar. Good look, good solo effort for number 3 in black and blue.
They're getting to that age. Body checking on that one. They hit people.
Goals here in this tournament. Great Lakes, Wisconsin, one of the few teams to have 0 shorthanded goals. Maybe they're due for one. We'll find out. Face-off taken by Team Atlantic. They'll send it up high. This is Xavier Mallet. Got it to the left circle. Go.
Ooh, great pass.
It does eventually get cleared out, and it'll be taken by Xavier Mallet. Badger over the line, left side. Now left circle. He tried to poke that one down low, but it's taken out by Great Lakes, Wisconsin. Right back into the zone by Team Atlantic. Here's Sam McPherson. He takes a shot. That one held on to by the goaltender. And we will have another stoppage. By the way, that's Caleb Allen in the net for Great Lakes, Wisconsin. Just like our last broadcast, he is the only goaltender on the roster.
I was just going to mention that.
He's played all 7 here, including this one. 483 goals allowed average and a 788 save percentage. This Great Lakes, Wisconsin team, 3-3. All 6 games decided in regulation. Now here's Atlantic with a shot, and they score! Xavier Landry with his 6th goal of the tournament, and Team Atlantic has doubled their lead. It's 2-0.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think this is where you're going to see the difference between a 5 seed and a 12 seed is on the power play. And almost immediately off the face-off, you saw that they had the cycle set up, which allowed that to actually happen and goal to be shot and scored. So now we're going to see if the floodgates actually open up as number 13, Xavier Landry, gets one here, the power play marker for Atlantic Canada.
So their 8th power play goal of tournament play. They're averaging more than 1 per game. 6.5 to go in the first period. And 2 goals on 3 shots on goal. Xavier Landry, they'll credit it as unassisted. Now here comes Great Lakes, Wisconsin the other direction. Over the line down the left wing side. This one thrown to the center, but tipped away. So Anthony Hansen will reset for Team Atlantic, Fusion Hockey. And now Xavier Landry, the most recent goal scorer, into the zone. Here's Hansen again. Got it to Landry. Now ahead, Liam Mitchell will rush in. Over the line, left side, all the way to the net, centered it, and a backhander. Backdoor wouldn't go. That was Riker Griffin, one of the other goal scorers in this game. Griffin threw it to the blue paint. It's grabbed and taken behind the net by Liam Mitchell. Now centering pass tipped. Blue paint again. It's loose. Found and shot from a tough angle. Not sure if that one was a stop or hit the side of the net. Either way, wouldn't go.
Side of the net, that one.
Good pick up there, Tarsi. Dylan Ward here on the call. Tarsi Young, my partner. Anthony Lund, our producer. Just like it's been all week long here in Chicago. We thank you for finding our broadcast and joining us here this morning as Team Atlantic looks to add to their lead. Here's a shot while falling by Jack Baxter, unable to find his 4th goal of the Continental Clash with that one. Now giveaway in the slot, backhand try, that one off a skate. Rebound, sitting there, blue paint, and will be covered up by Caleb Allen. Another stoppage, 4:39 to go, period 1.
So what I'm noticing a lot of here from Team Atlantic is they are fantastic at centering the puck right out front of Caleb Allen. From the corner, from the half wall, from behind the net, I've seen pass after pass and dangerous stuff. They just need to park somebody right down there by Allen, and I think they'll get a couple of garbage goals out of it too.
That one, at first glance, looked like it was going to be a breakaway, but it was the defensive player that got it right at the blue line and skated back into his zone. Here's a one-timer. Puck falls, and we are back underway. Team Atlantic, far side corner. Centering pass, that one deflected away by a Wisconsin stick. Great Lakes, Wisconsin, the number 12 seed, on the bottom half of the teams that made the playoffs, but among the 22 total teams, they're about right in the middle, and it checks out. Their record is 3-3.
The math is working.
And right in the blue paint. That one also stopped, but exactly right, Tarsi. This one off the near glass, out to neutral ice, 3.5 to go. Over the line comes Westergaard. He takes a shot, one partially blocked, and trickles wide of the net. Great Lakes, Wisconsin desperate for a goal here. Here's a chance, save, rebound, another stop, and I think Langlis should get credit for about 4 saves right there.
Yeah, Alex Langlais.
Langlais.
Sorry, yeah,
Excuse me.
They're very French out in Atlantic Canada, so there's a lot of French population. But Alex Langlais really down, pads out. He was butterflied out. A perfect little actual form on that one. And Great Lakes getting their first excellent chance, but Langlais able to make that stop.
I've got a Canadian here in the booth with me to help fill me in on some of the pronunciations. Alex Langlais, with probably the best goaltending stats out of anyone in this tournament. Only a 1.0 goals allowed average in his 3 games coming into this one, and a .933 save percentage. As a matter of fact, this Team Atlantic as a whole, the fewest goals allowed in regular season play at this tournament, only giving up 7 goals in their 6 games.
That'll play well for playoffs. As they say, defense wins championships, and you saw it even with Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. It was a 2-1 a finish, so there you go.
No goals in the third period of that one either, so.
I was really hoping for an Oiler win.
This one centered, blue paint, and that one covered up. A little bit of action after the whistle as we have 2:14 to go.
Oh, yeah. This Fusion Hockey Club is going to ensure that nobody touches their goaltender. With stats like that, they know that he's a guy that's going to help them get to that potential final game. And being top 5, they feel it. They know it's close.
Two-minute warning here in Mount Prospect. 2-0 your score for Team Atlantic. Here they come again, looking for number 3. This one wide of the net to the left. Now played to the far side. Funny hop off the Zamboni door, just as we've seen all week long here on this North Rink. Will be recovered by Wisconsin. Pressure, they can't clear the zone quite yet. They still can't, as this one's punched deep onside.
Well, there was all kinds of time there, but Hank Everson just kind of stood there with the puck like Atlantic Canada was giving him space, but he never took advantage. Now here's a chance in the other direction.
Great Lakes, Wisconsin over center ice red. That looked off sides, won't get called. Here's a shot. That one in and out of the glove of Langlais and held on to.
Yeah, clear him out.
Playoff time here at the Continental Clash. The intensity ramps up just a little bit, as to be expected. These two teams in a rematch from last night.
Well, that's the other thing, too. They're already familiar with each other from last night, and Wisconsin stinging from the loss last night. So they're it's going to be interesting. And with one official, hopefully things don't get out of hand. And I think you were right, that was offside, by the way.
You talk about in the NHL those home and home series on back-to-back nights, playing the same team in 24 hours. How about playing the same team twice in 12 hours? And thought that could have been offsides as well. Won't get called, and it won't matter anyway. 35 seconds to go before we take a timeout. Can either team add one more to their score column here before
nice move.
The buzzer sounds? It was a nice move through the legs. Now got it right circle, back to the slot. Here's a shot, and that one stopped by Allen. He'll hang on. Good stop, point blank.
Atlantic's playing in the middle, and those are incredibly high danger shots. And so Caleb Allen done pretty well so far, stopping almost everything except for the two. But again, there's another centering pass, 6 feet out from the goaltender, and a quick wrist shot gives him another dangerous chance.
12 seconds left. This puck leaks outside the zone. And it's dumped back in. I don't think they're going to have enough time here as this one's sent back out to neutral ice again. And that's going to finish the first 15 minutes of playoff hockey here at the Continental Clash. It is round number 1, the round of 16 in Chicago, and it is 2-0 to Team Atlantic after 1. And just to review the scoring summary, 2 unassisted goals according to the official score with 9:35 to go in the first period. Riker Griffin scored for Team Atlantic. That was his 3rd goal. That was also on the power play. And then Xavier Landry scored with 6:57 to go in the period. Again, also unassisted according to the official score. Team Atlantic 1 for 1 on the power play. And out of the box to this point as well, Dylan Ward, Tarcy Young. An exciting first 15 minutes of this one. Team Atlantic with a 2-0 lead, but Great Lakes, Wisconsin has had their fair share of chances. Team Atlantic lead shots 9-5.
Yeah, I mean, and the chances that Great Lakes had, especially just a couple minutes ago here, it was all Langlais who was, again, like I said, he's got great form, great butterfly goaltender, and he's a long-legged kid too, so able to splay out and keep, I don't know, you said the shots were 5. I think they had 4 of them right at that minute, and Alex able to keep that one out, so I mean, just again, so on defensively, you said they're the lowest team in terms of goals allowed through the tournament at 1 on average. And offensively, you're just watching them play in the middle, and those centering passes just keep coming. There's been a couple of times there's been nobody there, but it's been an incredibly dangerous pass to the middle. So just keep watching that, and if Wisconsin can make sure guys are not in front of their net, they have a chance to keep this a little bit of a lower score.
All right, it is time for the second period of play. We've been talking about it all tournament long. This is the period of the long change where your bench is on your attacking half. And with both of these two teams, I see a lot of speed for both these guys. I have a feeling the long change might come into effect.
It always does. There's always some effect that it takes, and particularly on the attacking zone, it's a lot easier this period. If you're allowed to set up, able to set up, your changes are fast, which then can lead to some incredibly tired legs on the defensive side.
Team Atlantic, the fewest goals allowed, like we said, also the best goal differential through the regular season at plus 29. The only reason they're not the number 1 overall seed at this tournament is because they lost 2-1 to the 3-3 Young Kings on Wednesday.
That's a little out of character for these guys, for sure. They must have took a game off, maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
Listen, that team 3-3, this Great Lakes, Wisconsin team 3-3. Anything can happen. It is only 2-0 here for the Fusion side. This one thrown over to the bench side. Here's a shot. That one takes a deflection, just misses the protective netting, and will stay in bounds. So we will roll along here.
He was going off before that pass came to him. The gate was open. They closed it. Otherwise, too many men could have happened.
I couldn't tell if he was coming on or coming off, but I knew it was one of those. Now Great Lakes, Wisconsin the other direction. Over the line, right wing side. Sawyer Pravat. And it's given up now the other way with tons of speed. Team Atlantic right in the blue paint. They hack for it. Goalie down, and it's able to be swept to the side. Now Liam Mitchell. Up high to the left point. Here's, looked like he was going to take a shot, but instead he'll bring it around the boards. Left wing, and it's picked up from below the goal line, but not cleanly, as it's being fought for here on the near side half boards. Now Atlantic will get possession. This pass to the slot, looking for Jack Baxter, wouldn't connect, and it gets cleared out to the neutral zone. 12.5 to go, second period of play. 11-5 your shots on goal, in favor of Team Atlantic.
Good forecheck. Created that turnover, and there's that centering pass right to the middle again. But as you saw, it was Matthew Hanutke who was right on the doorstep and took it back for Great Lakes, and now it's in the other end of the rink.
And right in front, here's a chance. Here's a turnaround shot. Save, rebound, they score! That one crossed the goal line at about 5 miles an hour. But it's a goal nonetheless. It is 2-1 in favor of Fusion. Great Lakes, Wisconsin on the board.
Hank Everson, I believe, was the last stick to touch that one. And like you said, just kind of tipped it in. And again, that one comes back to Hanutke, who made that stop and actually was able to set up that goal as well for Everson. So a great shift for Matthew Hanutke, number 3 on the Great Lakes, Wisconsin team.
Now, what would that be in kilometers per hour?
5 miles an hour would be about 7.5 kilometers an hour. No, 7? Yeah, ish.
Well, if we get another one of those, but it's Team Atlantic, I'll describe it that way. Here's a shot, and nice glove save made by Allen. He'll hang on. And maybe the loudest this Great Lakes, Wisconsin crowd has been. They can feel some momentum brewing after the goal and big save.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to sound like a broken record because they just keep doing it, but Atlantic just with a beautiful centering pass there to Groom. Groom tried to go top shelf. Caleb Allen was ready with that glove, though.
So official goal credit, Hank Everson. You were spot on there, Tarsi. Will get the goal. And unlike the first 2 goals of this hockey game, this one will have an assist, Matthew Hanutke. So that's Hanutke's 3rd assist for his 5th point, and that's Everson's 3rd goal of this Continental Clash. Here's Harrington now to the net, save, rebound! That one also stopped, not a lot on it, but Hunter Hanneman tried a desperate rebound shot with the backhand, and it's stopped by Langley.
Hanneman was that night 1 hero, correct? And
that's
for
right.
Great Lakes helping lead that comeback.
Scored 2 goals in the final minute and a half to take his team from down by 1 to victory. And as Fusion rushes the other way over the line, here's another centering pass. This one taken away. And of course, Tarsi, the reason that was so electric for Hanneman is because of the way this tournament format is laid out. It is World Junior style standings where you get 3 points for a regulation win and 2 points for an overtime win. So those two
that
goals,
matters today,
yes.
And their seeding.
Right. Otherwise, they would have had 1 less point and would have been a different seed here at this tournament.
Might be going in the 1 versus 16 game. That's a tough goal for 1 versus 16, yeah. 2 versus 15 kind of thing.
There's a shot, that one stopped, and just out of curiosity, I am taking a peek here. If they did win that game, but only in overtime, they would have fallen down to the 13 seed instead of the 12 seed, and they would have been playing the ESH National Selects instead of this Team Atlantic.
Well, there you go. So, I mean, not that Team Atlantic's a great team, too, that it's a mountain to climb, but, I mean, realistically, they're sitting here just about halfway through regulation time, only down by a goal.
If you really want to go on the other end of the spectrum, and they lost that game in regulation, and they would have only had 6 points, they would have fallen into the 14 seed, and they would have had to play first class first round.
Ouch.
So Hunter Hanneman really did save them from a tough playoff draw.
I finally got to see first class last night, and wow, that is a good hockey team.
First class, you might say.
Exactly.
Although
funny how that works.
Well, they're named appropriately, I guess. Here's a shot, that one blocked by a skate. They lost in overtime, right, to North Shore?
First class?
Yeah.
No, they didn't lose at all.
Night?
Did they? You know what? I don't even remember.
I thought that was the last game.
It's all become a blur now. It's behind me. What are we looking at in front?
Yeah, they did.
They did. It was an overtime game. I do remember
against
that.
North Shore Hockey Development.
And you're right.
Academy.
Yeah, exactly. Now
the hometown boys.
It's all coming back to me.
Now here's a shot. That one blocked. Actually, only 2 teams out of the 22 went a perfect 6-0. The North Shore team and the LSL Lions, but with that overtime win by North Shore, the Lions, the only team to win all 6 in regulation, and a clear 1 seed. No tiebreakers necessary. LSL Lions, a lot of people will say they're the favorite. First class, there's a lot of teams that could make a run. This team Atlantic, better not count them out with their defense and goal differential. Goaltending tandem as well. This one will be sent down, no icing as it got tipped, according to our lone official. This one right here, anybody's game, is 2-1 for Fusion Hockey. Only 1 goal here in the second period. It's belonged to Great Lakes, Wisconsin, as a collision there in open ice. Here's a shot. That one whistles wide. Sitting there behind the goal line, and they'll look to clear it out. It does just get outside the zone. Now here comes a rush. It's Westergaard. Down the left wing, takes a shot. That one stopped by Langley.
See, he went to play it along the boards and took that hop off that Zamboni door. Here we go again.
Westergaard again. This one took a deflection. Nearly was there for a tap in by Hunter Hanneman, but not quite. Another shot tipped wide. Halfway through regulation time at the rink. It is 2-1. Here's a shot tipped again, and that one a right pad save made by Langley. Now the other direction. Fusion will rush up. They have numbers. It's a 3-on-2. Now crashing the net, trying to stuff that one home is Joe Duell. And some punches being thrown. Duell goes down. And we're going to get some penalties.
There were some cross checks. There were some punches. Yep. They both got to go. I wouldn't let them skate together. Dude, get up there. Honestly, they're chirping the whole way back. They're going to wind up getting themselves some extra time maybe, but that's Alex Westergaard and Joe Duell.
Our one official making the call. And Duell going palms up, wondering how he got a penalty for that.
Wow. I mean, he threw punches, so that's a retaliation, but there's got to be a cross-check coming to the other side as well, or something along those lines. So I guess
still waiting for the official calls to load into our game sheet.
Oh, it's still being explained. He's got a novel down here to tell, okay, this guy gets this, and this guy gets this, and this. And so just want to see if anything, like, do we wind up?
The coaching staff of Fusion trying to figure out why their player got a penalty. That is head coach Daryl McPherson.
Oh, it's the extra penalty, and that does come to Duell, right? So that's why the explanation needs to be had. So 2 minutes up on the clock there.
Yeah.
So we'll have the power play here for Great Lakes, but see, and that's where retaliation never works out well for you, ever. Like the officials are watching by that point. They're going to see exactly what you do, and you're going to get called for it every single time.
All right, so it's finally starting to load in here on our computers. Alex Westergaard, the penalty for Great Lakes, Wisconsin.
Roughing.
2 minutes for roughing, and it looks like the other one they're calling a minor 2 minutes for roughing on Duell. Maybe the power play clock on the board, just an error. Maybe not.
No, we got 5 on 4, so.
But still just both listed as a minor.
Yeah, that looks coincidental on the stats line, but.
Well, now there's another player in the penalty box serving.
Yeah. Maybe he got a 10, but still, it I don't know.
Well, either way.
Or he got 4 minutes. It's entirely possible. And they just haven't put it in. That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Well, Great Lakes, Wisconsin, their first look here on the power play. A rough power play for them so far at this tournament. Only 2 goals scored. You got to watch out for Team Atlantic because they have 5 shorthanded goals at the Continental Clash, to their credit.
That's probably their speed playing into it and the ability to cut off a pass and break yourself out.
This shot sitting there loose, and Team Atlantic will clear it out. Now the Fusion fans getting into it here at the rink. We've seen some really nice fan support at this tournament. And families and friends of all these young men and women out there playing. Cleared out by Fusion. And you can really tell why they have 5 shorties at this tournament, almost averaging 1 per game. How about 2 fewer shorthanded goals scored than any goals allowed? That really puts it in perspective.
Unreal. Well, the best defense is a good offense. Yeah. I think is where that one comes in. See, just cut it off, and I mean they're not trying to break it out and create that short-handed chance, but if it jumps at them like this one might be, they'll do it.
And with only 1 power play goal allowed for Fusion, they are outscoring opponents 5-1 on their own kill. That is just incredible.
That's quite the stat. And they killed this one off.
My dad used to always say in the 80s, you kind of wish you didn't get a power play against the Oilers because they would always score a shorthanded goal.
That was this year, too.
All right, under 5 to go before the intermission. A low-scoring affair here in Game 1 of the playoffs, round of 16. Either of these 2 teams is going to the Elite 8 or the quarterfinals. Second round, but nothing close to decided yet. Here's a pass over to the left circle, shot taken. Good left pad save made by Caleb Allen. Now the other direction. Here comes Wisconsin. Over the line, it's Hanuki. Matthew Hanuki shoots, save, rebound, sitting there, and they score! Tough rebound by Langley, and it was an easy one for Great Lakes, Wisconsin. Floated over the net. That is Peyton Brome with the goal. It's his first of the tournament. It's 2-2.
Talk about the right timing for getting your first goal. But, it comes down. Langley made the initial save, and then it was bouncing. He was trying hard to get it into his glove so his play could stop, but Bloom able to get the stick on it, and there you have it. We got a tie game. We're more than halfway done, and this is a tighter affair than I actually had anticipated.
Can't tell a lie here, Tarsi. I am the same as you. Here's a shot as Atlantic looks to get back in the lead. That one stopped. We've been talking about it a couple times here on the broadcast. These 2 teams rematching from last night. In that game last night, it was 4-1 for Team Atlantic heading into the intermission. 3 minutes away, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I think these guys, because you have that familiarity, you can go, okay, this is how we have to play them. This is how they beat us last night. So that could play into Great Lakes' hands.
Well, Tarsi, if you remember on the second day of this tournament when we were working together, one thing that you mentioned is you kind of just have to come and play the game. You don't have film. You don't have knowledge about these teams. But that goes out the window when it comes to these 2 who just played last night, just like you talked about.
Exactly right. Like they can anticipate some of the design plays and how it goes. And that's a terrible time to lose your stick.
Broken stick for Hunter Hanneman.
Here. See, Hunter's got a great stick and can poke it away quickly, and then he's a big kid, so he gets on top of it as well.
You can figure out who Hunter Hanneman's parents are by just looking into the crowd and seeing who's crying because they have to buy him a new stick. Those things are not cheap.
Back when I played, sticks were max, like the great ones were $100. 80 to $100.
What are they going for these days? 500?
Well, it depends on the stick, right? Like the good ones at AAA level, you're playing with $300, $400, $500 sticks.
Now a centering pass wide open left circle. What a save made by Allen. Rebound, he made a second stop. Caleb Allen keeping his team in it. He's made 16 saves on the 18 shots he's seen. But another wide open look, but a miscue. That pass to Casper the Friendly Ghost. Now this is Landon Groom. Putting it in. Is taken down. FHA
Whoa.
bench wants a penalty. That one didn't miss by much. Now here's a slap shot. That one whistles wide. Pace of the game starting to pick up here. The broken stick still on the ice, by the way.
Well, with one official, he can't. There's two sticks out there. So with one official, he can't go get it. He's got to stick with the play.
They'll clear that up at the next whistle if we get one before the period expires. Here's a shot, and they score! What a snipe for Jack Baxter. Picked the top right corner and has sent Fusion right back into the lead with his 4th of the tournament. It's 3-2.
What a sequence of events back and forth. You had the rough goal on Alex Langley. Some chances on that end with the bouncing puck still in play. Great Lakes putting the pressure on FHA, but FHA comes back and they've got these guys that can do that kind of thing. Baxter, again, a couple of centering passes. Baxter turns around, fires, and just over the shoulder of Caleb Allen. And a beautiful goal for this young man.
Round 1 of the playoffs, winner of this one will advance to the quarterfinals at the Continental Clash, a tournament in which 22 clubs entered. And one of these two will be amongst the final 8. 70 seconds to go here before the ZAM comes out.
That's the other thing. You guys call it the ZAM. So our other producer, Carson, he's from Colorado. We asked him what they call it. They call it the ZAM in Colorado as well.
Interesting.
Oh, and no call on that one either. I think this ref messed up his shoulder or something because he's not lifting his arm up ever. Maybe he's saving his energy for later.
He is the lone official.
I know.
And is that
here we go, 2-on-1.
2-on-1 indeed. Here is Liam Mitchell down the right side. Centered it, backhand shot, they score!
Baxter again.
No goal!
No goal.
It is waved off. What a stop. Oh my goodness, just about everyone in the rink except for the official thought that one was in.
Caleb knew it was out apparently, and look at the guys all came back and gave him props because what a save on that one.
It almost equaled a goal celebration huddle. Might as well have been.
Yeah, no, that was a one HE double hockey sticks of a stop kind of thing.
And that reference actually kind of works.
Still 3-2. They have 4-2 up on the up on our stat sheet, but 20 seconds left to go here. I mean, they're gonna have to pull that off of there.
With this Team Atlantic team, and we've seen so many occasions where there's a close game as Wisconsin looking to rush ahead. 8 seconds in the period. As this went out to neutral ice, they're gonna have to take a shot here. And that one stopped. Probably wouldn't have beat the horn anyhow, but Tarsi, that's such a big save, and one reason for me is we've seen a handful of games at this tournament be close down the stretch, and then when one team finds a goal to maybe get them back up within 2, the floodgates start to open, and we just saw that in the consolation game. So coming out here for the third period, fresh sheet of ice, boy, does being down 3-2 feel a lot different than 4-2.
Oh, incredibly. I mean, and now all of a sudden they've got a lot of smiles on their faces going back to the dressing room. Sure, we're trailing, but guys, it's one goal. That's easily, and I've seen goals scored in 7 seconds right after the period starts, or 7 seconds right after another goal gets scored, 9 seconds right after another goal gets scored since we've been here. So really, it's a very, very tight game going in, and honestly, Caleb Allen making that save on the sniper, Jack Baxter, who, again, just scored that go-ahead goal. He scores again, and it's a 100% different game going into the third.
All right, Dylan Ward here on the call. Tarcy Young, my color commentator. Of course, just as it's been all week long here on the North Rink, Anthony Lunn, your producer. It is intermission time. We will see you in about 10 minutes for the third period. Don't go anywhere. This is the playoffs of the Continental Clash on WSBN.
At Ironman Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmanindustries.com.
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game.
Ironman Industry stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. We're committed to our customers. Build the future with us at ironmanindustries.com.
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Check out my best-selling...
There's a shot in from the near side and scores. That was number 77, Henry Corwin. Even strength.
Make the round of 16. How are you going to try to approach that?
Yeah, I'm going to try score the many goals I can. So,
well, congratulations on the win. Go.
After 6 regular season games across 3 days for each team, we're finally into the knockout portion of this tournament, and we've got next one heading into the third.
Well, you know what? I mean, like we talked about close to the end of the second period, I expected it to be a little bit wider of a margin in terms. They say the most dangerous animal is a cornered animal, And you look at Great Lakes, Wisconsin, they're down. They have basically, we said it earlier as well, they go home. Not really. They go to the Continental Divide tomorrow. But really, it becomes a relegation round. They no longer get the chance to play for that chance. Is on Team Atlantic, not Great Lakes, Wisconsin. So they can play a little more fitted team here in this tournament.
It is the 5 versus 12 seed, as you just pointed out, Tarsi. Great Lakes, Wisconsin, and Team Atlantic. This is a rematch from 12 hours ago. They played each other in their final regular season game. Team Atlantic won that one 7-1. They had the lead 4-1 heading into the third period, but it's a much different story here. But it was probably the best stop of the game so far by Caleb Allen in net.
Undoubtedly, just honestly, everybody up here goal, but rolling with one, and there's supposed to be another guy heading for the rest of the playoffs here right away.
Yeah, so fortunately, you're not going to delay this game, this tournament, just for the players and organizers and broadcasters alike.
What? No, I sound fine. My voice was like this when we started the other day.
Yeah, my voice, so now I only have 4 today. I'll give my voice a chance to rest. Got to get one of those things Luke recommended to me from Starbucks. I got to ask him what that was to refresh my memory.
Oh, is there a thing? Because I'll go try it later, too.
I'm going to have to see what that is. All right, third period is underway. We're back to our first period shooting sides. Great Lakes, Wisconsin in the black and blue. They will come left to right, over the line, 2-on-1 perhaps. Here's a pass over Hannafin, score!
Wow!
And we are tied once again. Hunter Hanneman in period 3.
It's great to have a guy like that on your team. A guy that when you're down by a goal and need one, he gets you 2. And that
you said, when he gets 1, he gets 2, at least in the case of the first day of the tournament. We'll keep our eye out there for number 18 in black as Hunter Hanneman blue line. And that's going to draw a penalty. It almost seemed like both guys ran into each other, so I'm curious to see which player gets penalized. But it is opposed to a body checking. We'll get his 15th and 16th penalty minutes of this tournament. He spent a lot of time in the box. And it's a power play for 2 here. 7 power play goals in the tournament. Here's a shot looking for number 8. Well, actually, it would be number 9 because that 7 total is coming into this game. So they're actually at 8. Great Lakes, Wisconsin, 4 power play goals allowed and 0 shorthanded here in this tournament so far. They might be due for a shorty. Here they come. Backhander. That one rolled wide by Sawyer Provitt. Now here comes Atlanta. Teams looking to break down to the playoffs. And now they will get it out. What I was saying earlier, we do have confirmation as the Flyers, so Team Atlantic game.
And it comes back to what I've been saying the entire game. Team Atlantic is playing in the middle. They have phenomenal sense when it comes to getting those passes through the slot. And that one just lands right on the tape of Badger, and legitimately, Caleb Allen had 0 chance of making any type of stop, and actually they are giving that to Owen Arson stop on that.
5th goal of the tournament. And that great pass across was made by Xavier Landry, who already has a goal in this game, so he's now on a 2-point night. This shot save, rebound right there. Try and tap that one in was Arsenal one more time. Instead, it'll be a 2-on-1 for GLW. Here is Harrington, centered it, by Langley. Now we're going to get a penalty here.
And that's coming again to Great Lakes. Round for tripping.
Of the morning, they are 1 for puck falls. Face-off is taken by Great Lakes, Wisconsin, and they will clear it off the glass. Nearly
took off his coach's head.
Close to offsides, but they
was
won't call
offside.
That's what I thought.
That's where 2 officials. We were looking this way. He came in the door down at this end of the ring.
On 2 separate occasions, he just has sort of appeared, at least from our point of view. Team Atlantic, and it will be an icing while they're on a power play. So As
Just
I've
a
been
missed
saying,
pass,
we're
right?
going to get another penalty.
And it's the Great Lakes.
Oh, man. It's going to be a minute 9 of a 2-man advantage. I did not see that penalty. but
Neither
it is
did
a
I. I
tripping
don't know
ball.
if it must have come well behind the play. He's missing his stick, too. So official just brought it back to him.
All right, so we've got a 2-man advantage for Atlantic. A big spot.
Look at Remondini got 2 for tripping as well.
Here's a pass over left side, taking a shot, and good block there by Kingston Winters. Kept alive. Here's a pass down to the right circle, shot, and that one sails past the net. 9:10 to go. Left circle, another try. This one down by the goal line. Give and go indeed. Took the words out of my mouth, Tarsi.
Sorry.
Oh, you're all good, man. And tough angle shot, save, rebound, another save, rebound, they score! And the lead is 5-3.
5-3 with a 5-on-3. I mean, they put themselves in this position with those 2 tripping calls. So Team Atlantic scores, now go up by 2 again, which is what they opened up initially, and they still have a man advantage for another minute 21.
Yeah, Tarsi, that goal was scored with 11 seconds left on the initial power play. And that's a good point you make, because continue on with the power play.
See if they can get a cycle going here again.
One player who's been suspiciously quiet here in this one is number 11, Landon Groom. Their leading goal scorer with 8 here at the tournament so far. Feels like I haven't said his name a whole lot. I've done 1 or 2 other Team Atlantic games. It feels like I'm saying it just about every shift.
That was Joe Dool's second goal of the game. Xavier Landry with the assist.
I think
Yeah,
they gave that to Duel.
officially.
Second goal of the game. Anyway, here's a pass in the slot, and they score! It's Xavier Landry. He is sitting on a 4-point game here with 2 goals and 2 assists, and it is 6-3, just like that.
Wow. The floodgates we've talked about have opened here now for Team Atlantic. Another power play goal and a 3-goal chasm now that Great Lakes has to cross in order to even get to overtime and a chance to continue on in the playoffs to the Elite 8.
Call it a 3. Just some quick math here. 3 for 5 power play here in this game for Fusion.
That is a really good finishing.
Conversion rate there.
Yeah, there, that's it. Conversion rate.
Well, hey, you talk about this game being tied in only 5-on-5 goals. The difference being those 3 power play conversions. As they look for another backhander, they score! And a hit after the whistle. This could get ugly. And good timing for the second official.
Who does that? Like, he was celebrating and the kid just, there's got to be a penalty for that. Yeah, there is. And,
No question.
So that's Alex Westergaard. That's who does that. Alex, just not a good decision by him to hit the player just celebrating his goal. And, I mean, a little bit of retaliation. No retaliation penalty by the looks of things here. No, not at all. So it's another power play for Team Atlantic.
6th opportunity.
It was Jack Baxter scored the goal. Number 9.
So now what was a 1-goal game heading into the 3rd period, we're suddenly 1 Team Atlantic goal away from a running clock.
And they're on the power play.
Yeah.
They got the cycle set up again.
High slot, right by the net. This shot is stopped by Allen. Boy, you got to give you got to feel for Caleb Allen just a little bit. He has had such a great game for Great Lakes, Wisconsin, and how often can you say that about a goaltender that's allowed 7 goals? He has made some critical saves.
He really did play well, and I mean, a lot of these goals I've mentioned, backdoor passes that he has no chance at. It still charges against him as a goal against and on his save percentage, but that's an offside. So, yeah, you do have to feel for him. When he's had the chances, he's made some great saves. And, yeah, again, it comes down to being that one guy in game number 7 in 4 days. Like, it starts to hurt after a little while, especially at my age. I mean, at 11, it's different, but...
God, every time I'm reminded that these kids are 11 years old, I just get even more impressed with the skill put on display here in Mount Prospect from these 22 teams from all over North America, and in one case Slovakia. And
I love that Team Slovakia came.
Yeah.
You know, and got a win yesterday, too.
There was supposed to be China, too, right? That's what I heard.
There were a few teams that pulled out, too. China would have been awesome. Any of those international teams that can come out and really give you a look at somebody else in some other hockey programs in other countries and how they play and that kind of stuff. That's fantastic stuff.
Also, kind of just an interesting tidbit is that Slovakia team, you got to think that those kids are fully used to playing on an Olympic sheet. And, of course, here in North America, we have the NHL-style rinks. 50 by 200? Do I have that right?
Yeah, they got to be weird in Europe and add the 40 feet.
Yeah. Make it a little wider there.
Yeah, imagine the room that you have on that ice. Because we had that back when I was doing play-by-play in the SJHL. The Notre Dame Hounds play on an Olympic ice sheet. So every other sheet is regulation size. And then you get to Notre Dame and all that extra space, the rink looks huge compared to what we're used to.
You ever heard of the sport bandy?
No.
It's like hockey, but the sticks are flat, and it's a ball instead of a puck, and the nets are way bigger. And it's also 11 on 11, as we get a penalty here.
And maybe a retaliation penalty.
And some more pushing and shoving here on the near side. Teammates having to be held back. And this one getting a little bit ugly.
It's one or two or three of the kids that are pushing around and stuff like that. So you see Coach saying, get back here. and now he's hollering at the officials. So
with the shorts, no less.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. A lot happening. You can hear parents yelling at their kids to shut up.
I'm sure that's coming through. And the coach, I believe, has just been thrown out of the game. If I have that right.
See, it's not like baseball where it's a big dramatic thing. Get out of here. I didn't see.
It looked like the ref made some kind of signal. It almost resembled a technical foul signal.
Could be a bench minor coming to him as well.
Yeah.
All right, so
at this point in the game,
Clay Moser has the 2 minutes up on the clock so far.
I wouldn't be surprised if the refs tell the scorer to just run the clock at this point, even though it is just a 4-goal difference. Maybe not, though. We got to play by tournament rules, I suppose.
Yeah, you still got to kind of stick to the rules, but, you know, what they got to do, this is where I actually haven't seen this in this tournament yet. The officials need to start cracking down. Like, if that happens, you go for 4, you go for 4, and anybody that does it, you're all out of here kind of thing. Or you get 2 and a 10, right? So you're going to sit for 10 minutes of a 15-minute period. Or if we're at this point of it, you're done, you go get to have an early shower, right? There's all kinds, but you need to really drop the hammer sometimes. And I think, okay, so there's 2 minutes on either side.
I don't think we'd see a 4-on-4.
No.
Coincidentals.
Extra one in the box. for Team Atlantic. Wow. Oh, yeah, the coach's penalty as well. There's that extra one, too. So,
yeah, just starting to finally load in here on game sheet. Team Atlantic, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Is that the coach or is that the player?
Okay, now we have a second 2 minutes on the board.
That's on the Great Lakes side. So, but they've got 5 players out. Atlantic's got. This is a disaster. This is like I said, there's a whole lot going on. They got to straighten all this out and make sure that everything's okay on the clock.
So it is just going to be a 5-on-4 power play for Great Lakes after the.
It's on the wrong side of the
penalty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, true. It is on the. Oh, well.
Okay, no, it's on the right side. It's. I don't know. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Shot, save, rebound.
Again, another save. Wow.
Langley not taking his foot off the gas. Now shorthanded chance. Already 5 shorties in the tournament. Team Atlantic unable to get one there. Still 5 minutes to play in this one. Nice pass over to the right wing. That shot hit the side of the net. And this one's cleared down. And we get that's going to be a penalty for both guys as in neutral ice. There's a little scrum.
I'll tell you what happened. Everett Hellwig took down, I think, is that Baxter? Yeah, Baxter. And then Baxter slashed him back is basically what happened. So good on the officials. I'm going to give him credit for that one. You know, you took him down, holding interference, whatever. You slash back. You're both going to the box. There's less than 5 minutes to go, so you're going to be spending most of the rest of this game sitting there. So good job by the officials trying to get a handle on this before it gets ugly. And again, that's playoff intensity, right?
Before it gets ugly?
Before it gets uglier.
So did get confirmation from the tournament official. I can't remember if I said this already, but for the following rounds of the playoffs, we are going to have a reseed as opposed to a straight bracket. So Atlantic doesn't necessarily know who they will be playing at this point in time. It's not the winner of X versus Y, but it will be the team that follows in the reseeding procedure. So
they keep their seed number,
right,
but it'll be top to bottom,
correct,
all the way through. Yeah, okay.
Best way to think about it is once you have your 8 quarterfinalists, just convert all their numbers to 1 to 8
again. Yeah, exactly.
Again, yeah.
Based on where they were after
correct.
First. Yeah, okay.
And then, so it's not a straight bracket, unlike the Continental Divide, which is a straight bracket.
Yeah, knockout format kind of thing.
But one thing that Team Atlantic does know, assuming that they hang on here for the 7-3 win.
Pretty good assumption, I would think.
Is that they will not have to play that quarterfinal until tomorrow. So after double headers each and every day so far at the Continental Clash, just 1 game per team today, and I'm sure the players don't mind a little break.
They can go get a Chicago dog and a deep dish.
Exactly. Portillo's and Lou Malnati's. All you need to know. 3 on the clock. The lead is 4 for Great Lakes, Wisconsin. 2 players in the penalty box for each side. This one sent the length.
And that'll be icing.
Yes, sir. 2:48 to go as the clock stops.
A couple of them get to come out. I guess we'll see how that goes now.
Oh, dear.
Because those are the 2 that were smacking at each other earlier.
If I'm the coach, I'm leaving any guy who had a penalty on the bench for the remainder of the game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's that, too. If it's a penalty like that, I mean, either that or you get your head straight in the box and we'll see how. If you do it again, then we'll talk.
Now here's Sam McPherson. He lost the puck, and Great Lakes, Wisconsin will come the other way. And you know, this game really followed that pattern that we mentioned, Tarsi, where it was close for a long time, And then once Team Atlantic scored that first goal of period number 3, they really opened up the floodgates. And we talked about how they won 7-1 against Great Lakes, Wisconsin yesterday, and it's how it's a much different story today. Now suddenly, it's not that much different of a story, as it's 7-3, and we're going to get another penalty.
Another penalty to Great Lakes.
Delayed call, whistle when they touch the puck.
Langley off.
Here's a pass, left circle, and a shot. That one missed the net. It's not going to be possessed by Wisconsin just yet. And maybe an early whistle.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Late than never.
Yeah. 1:41 to go in the third, and it's going to be a power play to finish the game for Fusion Hockey Academy as they'll look for a 5-goal lead.
Is that Kingston Winters again? He wants the penalty minutes record here for the tournament, I think is what he's going for.
And after 3 attempts, he finally slams that door.
Oh, minute 41 to go. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion here now, but you mentioned it, like we saw the pattern, but that also speaks to why Team Atlantic finished in the 5th seed. Because the teams that are resilient and can score goals quickly are the ones that wind up with the upper seeds in tournaments just like this one.
Tarsi, full disclosure, I stopped writing down the power play conversion rate. So sorry.
That's all good.
I can tell you they've got 3 goals, though.
Exactly.
With 1:10 to go, here's a centering pass tip. They score. Tick-tack back of the net. And that goal belongs to Joe Duell.
Yeah, number 8, Joe Duell.
And according to the official scoring here, that's a hat trick.
That's a hattie.
I'm not 100% convinced that.
Yeah, I don't.
I think the second goal he got credit for was someone else. But that clock is running now.
Yeah, yeah, I guess with a minute left, it's going to be over in about 45 seconds regardless. Oh, wave the centerman out.
And more time drains.
He's doing that on purpose,
Yeah.
I think. We'll burn another 15 seconds off so these guys can't get angry with each other. Now it's just burn the time. Oh, there's a player out front again.
And a backhand shot, they score.
Uh-oh, and he landed on the goaltender. See what happens here.
And so Team Atlantic,
Oh, there you go.
who had the best goal differential in the tournament, win big again. The final score, 9-3, which was a 1-goal game heading into the third period. But at the end of the day, it is Fusion Hockey punching their ticket to the quarterfinal with ease. And they have a date tomorrow in the Elite Eight.
That was Clay Moser at the end. Let's see what happens here now. Don't wave at him. That's not cool. Don't wave goodbye to these guys. Come on, man.
Well, someone should tell them that they're not leaving yet. Because if you are a fan of Great Lakes, Wisconsin, your team is not finished. They will be participating in the Continental Divide, the losers bracket tournament of the 27-minute runtime games. That'll be tomorrow. But their chance of winning the ultimate crown here at this tournament has gone by the wayside. Unfortunate for them, but Team Atlantic.
See, Moser still, or that's not Moser, pardon me, that's Asher Westergaard.
It's a tough look.
Coach is telling him to zip it. Good job, coach. And now this coach is over here looking and staring his player down like, what are you doing? Yeah, he's coming over to him. Like, just stop, you guys. Good job. I got to give it to the coaches. Well done to these head coaches, Tom Glomsky and Daryl McPherson, for doing that and telling their guys to get it together and just stop. Time for O Canada.
Second time today at the North Rink. The national anthem of Canada coming your way.
I can sing it.
And here we go.
That's not O Canada. Okay.
So to the quarterfinals they go. Team Atlantic, one of the favorites to win this Continental Clash, and they will have a chance to advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Opponent, time, and rink of the game is still to be determined, but we do know it will be tomorrow right here at the Mount Prospect Ice Arena.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to that. I think I get to call those games tomorrow with the Elite Eight, a couple of them anyway, so that's kind of fantastic. But Team Atlantic, really took charge of that third period, and away they go, off to the next round. The Elite Eight, they are part of it.
Next game here on the North Rink, Western Selects versus Minnesota Machine, another playoff matchup. Tarsi and I will have the call for that one, as we will for all the games here on this North Rink slate on Friday. That's going to do it for our broadcast. It is Anthony Lund, our producer, making sure this broadcast gets to your screen. Tarsi Young, my color commentator, and my name is Dylan Ward, saying thank you for spending your Friday morning with us. One more time, your final score: Team Atlantic 9, Great Lakes, Wisconsin 3.